Ready, kids?
Aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Ahoy there, mateys. It's time to set sail on another episode of Unconstitutional Awakening, the podcast. I'm your captain, Jimbob Oval Shorts. And tonight, we're catching up with our good old buddy, Candian John, man. He's been kind of busy and got a whole lot of stuff going on, but I finally got a hold of him and got him back over here to chit-chat and catch us up and bring us some good news, man. Luis is going to helm this one with me, and we're just going to kick back and see what's going on with our good old buddy and see all the exciting things he's got coming everybody's way, man. He's been hard at work with his news updates for real, and man, you guys make sure you go support him. Links will be down in the comments and stuff, man, because he is a pretty interesting, awesome individual, and I'm glad that I get to call him a friend, man. For sure, he's out there doing the good work on foot the hard way. So, but of course, anything we talk about this evening and anything we got going on with this episode, you will be able to find back at everyone's favorite website online, unconstitutionalawakening.com. Your home for everything Captain Conspiracy and the Freedom Pirates, bro. Man, they got it all going on over here. From links to find us on our individual social medias down to where you can find all of our social media pages for the show. Bandit's got things going on in the podcast and more. There's other things going on over there as well too, dude, as well as episodes where on the Red Pill Project, as well as other things we got going on, man. We've been guests on a bunch of episodes of different shows as well too, and they're all linked over there, man. So go show all these folks some love, man. That's what this is about. Building unity, man. We're trying to build our own community, and the internet's helping, and so are these podcasts. So that's what it's all about, you guys. So while you're hanging out over there on the website, man, you can find places to watch us if all you do is listen, and listen if all you do is watch us, or just listen right there on the website. You don't have to, man. You're not being detained, but I'm just showing you how to find the content, because it's just spread all over, man. So, and you can also hook yourself up with some sweet Unconstitutional Awakening merch, like the stickers that I'm always giving away, as well as some other cool things, man. If you ever were watching on the show, man, you can see Luis and even Steven when he was on here, man. They've all got shirts, and they got coffee mugs and pillows. They got all kinds of stuff, man. There's pretty cool stuff over there. I've got some cool stuff, and I'm trying to update it, so there'll be some more cool stuff there for you guys to check out here soon. So, as well as checking out our friends in Liberty, man. Kirk Elliott, Peachy Key Creations, Ammo Can Survival, Classical Learner, and Homeschools Connected, and Pure Pet Wellness. All of these folks are doing some awesome things, man, and I'll give you a discount code if you just look in the bottom of this episode, man, with the links. Get yourself something sweet with a little bit of a discount on me, man. That's the best I can offer you, but I appreciate the support. I appreciate each and every one of you guys out there, because y'all are the reason we keep this train of trucking, man. There's just so much going on, and I'm glad to be at the forefront of a lot of it. So you guys are the reason, and we can't thank you enough. So, but I need to just shut up and let's go see what John's been up to, man. Let's get on it. Go. And as I was saying, you guys, I got John back with me, man. How you been, buddy? It's been a couple weeks since we've seen you. We miss you around here, man.
Yo, man, y'all been in my thoughts. I hope you enjoy the parm crusted steak. Did you try it, Jim Bob? I promise you that shit would be really.
I have not tried it, and but it is going in the cookbook, and it is going to be one that I get around to making myself as well. You know, we on the last episode we touched a little bit when I was talking to Deplorable Janet about the cookbook plans that I got going on, and it she's inspiring because she's doing one of her own all of herself as well too. She was a real cool lady. I enjoyed that conversation, but I am looking forward to this cookbook we're working on, and I'm glad you decided to be a part of it with me. So I do appreciate your input on it.
Hey, brother. So listen, and what up, Luis? I'm going to ask y'all what's up. I'm just going to there's people watching us who have no idea what's happening right now. So I'm just going to fill them in real quick. What up, fam? Okay, this is Unconstitutional Awakening. They are on Rumble. They are on YouTube. That's Jimbob. That's Luis. These guys are like
BitChute, Odyssey, and every audio streaming platform there is.
Any audios, yeah, straight up any audio streaming platform. You can find them. Unconstitutional Awakening. This is the podcast. You guys are getting kind of a raw take on it because this is not live. So you guys are we're kind of going live right now. How's that feel, Jim Bob? Yeah. We're like a live radio show right now.
It's all good, buddy. You know, I appreciate you doing that on this evening's episode. That'll be fun to look forward to when this episode comes out. So, you know, for all the folks that are out there listening and watching, John's got this going live on his TikTok. So like, I think that's going to be pretty cool because there's some folks getting a sneak peek of this episode for everybody else. So, but man, so
the hype train, baby.
So John, what's been going on in the world, man?
Oof. Okay. I mean, shit. I'll tell you what's up. So the last 2 weeks, you guys, let me ask you this. You guys have been doing like a lot over the last 2 weeks. You guys had some pretty cool guests, and it was really unfortunate I couldn't make the one specifically, but I was doing street interviews in Toronto, actually. So we went to Canada's Big Apple. Easiest way to describe it. It's just New York. It's just New York City. So you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I've been to both, and I don't think that Toronto's anywhere close.
It's New York, but with more heroin.
No, hit me with the differences. I'm curious what you perceive as the differences. Jim Bob, hit me with it.
I mean, my few times that I went over to Toronto was pretty awesome, and I didn't have like any kind of conflicts or any kind of issues, and it wasn't a stressy situation. But New York City was a headache and a half.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
I'm good on that much hustle and bustle. Like Toronto reminded me closer to what Buffalo is now. Like when I spent some time in Buffalo, New York, and I just look at them as twin cities.
Twin cities.
Yeah. They're pretty similar to me. So, but that's my take.
Hey, brother, your take is important because, I mean, we all got our own little things, but you got to build the pie with all the pieces, brother. But no, we were in Toronto. There was a fella, a 16-year-old kid named Gabriel. He got stabbed to death on the subway. It's like the third death this year, unprovoked. It had people spooked. Of course, the Canadian politicians were jumping on it. It was sound the alarms, hide your children, crimes up.
Was it a 6-year-old that was alone?
16-year-old. Well,
16. I thought you said 6.
Sorry. 16. And he was, I'm not sure if he was alone or not, but there was people there. Like it wasn't like empty, and he apparently he wasn't really doing nothing. It was just one of those things. So it is tragic. It sucks. But the resounding. So we went and rode the TTC. You actually, Luis, you sent me an article of a girl that tried doing it in New York, and I guess she got punched in the face.
I mean, New York, I mean, that's why there's a police officer in almost every single active train, just like it was in the 70s and 80s. So yeah, I've spoken to people. We're not there yet because some people lived here back then.
Well, actually, is that Son of Sam? Like that's like that era, right? Like the fucking New York was bad. New York was really bad.
New York in the 70s was extremely. I mean, there was signs that said that you shouldn't go out after like 11 p.m. Period.
Well, and now it's like now the signs say, "Hey, beware of police in your neighborhood. Stay inside."
I'm pretty sure the signs in New York say that if you're masked, you can't come in the store anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. Correct.
Okay, that's based. I like that. Actually, good.
The mayor now says to take off your mask if you're entering an establishment.
There's still shell shock in Toronto I think the city center's got it worse. They got I guess the more people there, the more powerful the brainwash or the fear. You know what I mean? So it's like, because there's
no community. There's a correlation between community and not getting brainwashed. And when you have no community, you then
okay, all right,
collective acceptance from the bigger crowd.
I've got an example that debunks that just a hair, and it might just be a once-off one weird thing. But I used to be big. I mean, I'm still into going to comic conventions, but I used to go to one here in Atlanta that is the like third largest one in the entire country, world type thing, Dragon Con. And I always viewed Dragon Con as a family community. Like when you're there, everybody's family, even if it is 500,000 people. But these folks went straight friggin' because even this year, they're already talking about continuing to show proof of immunity and wear masks over our costume masks, which is why I decided I'll never go to Dragon Con again.
No doubt.
I think that's actually part of the disconnected group consciousness, right? Because they're a community, but they're a community based off of variant degrees of connection, based off varying subjects.
I will say,
it's not like a religion.
It almost seems like it when you start going there multiple times in a year and such, but like there's something interesting about it though that I find in that world of people, because you know the world of people that go to like comic conventions and stuff are an interesting group of folks, like just to say the least. And it's funny to see people that champion the little guy that's taking down the big corruption and stuff in movies and comics and stuff like that, yet they're the first people to sign up for it. It's the same genre of people that signed up for it, like, you know, on the internet and stuff like that anyway, that push the same kind of narrative. It's just an interesting thing to see. I will say, Luis, like where you told me before that whole ordeal kind of split Hollywood, I seen it kind of split the con scene too. Like we now have like 5 cons a year here in Georgia, and that's the only one doing those mental gymnastics, while the rest of them are like, heck no, bro, y'all show up and party. So
you see it in entertainment happening, the fracture.
Oh, so, yes.
I don't know how it is in Canada when it comes to entertainment, but there is a huge fracture in the US scene.
Like concerts and stuff, you mean, or
well, like the people of the entertainment industry, like here in the States, you know, you've got certain concerts, certain movies, certain everything that goes one way, and another group of all of that stuff that goes another way with it, because they're just like, nah, we're not.
Who's gonna ask for proof of vaccination when the pandemic is over?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It shouldn't happen anymore. Period. It's over. It's over. It's
been over.
You can see. Really, say it. It really is a joke. You can almost just like see they kind of were throwing out like, well, we'll try calling this new one the Kraken. You know, we'll really dig deep.
They're pushing the mushroom one. I mean, they're pushing the fungi one. Are you kidding me now with this shit?
Because there's one reason, just because of The Last of Us. And then, but like,
by the way, the marketing department of Naughty Dog.
Well done. Yeah, fantastic.
Scaring the living fuck out of people. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, John, I've seen here in the past few days, man, that you've been really on the ball about wanting to spread some good news. And I love hearing stuff like that, man.
Yeah, man, we did. Yo, why don't you play that? It'd be cool to play it if you can. Let me just tell you though how the Toronto City. While you pull that up,
go ahead.
Let me tell you, Toronto City street interview went. It was our first shot at it. First couple of days were good. Like we got some good. Talked to a lot of people. You know, only about 30% wanted to do it on camera. That's cool. We rode the TTC. We went, and then the final day, I was like, okay, I'm going to where he died. I'm going to that stop. Went there. Went to the barber shop. Okay, journalist 101. I'm learning this shit as I go. Barbershop. That's where you got to go. You got to go to a barbershop if you really want to start finding out what's going on. Because I went there, found out, there's a vigil for the kid. So I went to the vigil, switched up all my plans, went to the vigil, ended up interviewing. Well, I wasn't interviewing. Me and this older lady were just chatting, talking about community. There was probably 1,000 people there. It was great to see. We were saying, no, it sucks. It takes a tragedy for us to come together like this so often, yada, yada. And then we both kind of said, where's the city councilors? Where are we don't, and wouldn't you know it, this little fella beside us, he goes, hey, I'm Josh Matlow, city councilor. Yo, Iron Man 9, thank you. And
I remember I saw that. I was like, that's cool. I was like, he randomly just walked into it.
I street interviewed that motherfucker, and I'll give him credit, man. He stuck around. Like a lot of them would have left. A lot of them would have said, ooh, I didn't, my little staffer didn't give me notes on this guy, and I don't have the talking points, and I don't know what he's going to say because I didn't queue up the questions with him beforehand. A little rant there, a little bitterness, but that's how it works, right? These politicians don't just do interviews anymore. Anyway, so I give credit. And he's now running for mayor. I just found out. So it's pretty cool, man. It was a great way to wrap it up. And then I got to crash an event at a one of Toronto's Trumps, like a big real estate douchebag. So I crashed the event at the El Macabo, which is I thought it was the last place, but it's one of the last place Stevie Ray Vaughan ever played. And that was pretty sick. So that was just a great week. Obviously a sombering week. But the point, here we go. This is the point. Don't be scared. Be aware. That was the main thing I heard from everyone. Be aware of your surroundings.
The guy in the subway, the violin player.
Yeah.
His points were perfect.
Good dude.
Absolutely perfect. Smart guy.
Same thing, man. You go and you talk to these people, and I'll tell you one thing, dude. If people are like, oh man, imagine that dude's making bank. Like he had a lot of money in his little pouch there. I mean, you really got to wonder, like, if you're a decent enough artist, and he was strumming that thing like a pro. Probably could. I mean, you probably make $500, $600.
Some buskers do. It just depends on the city, also, because some buskers need permits.
Ottawa, they do. Yeah, that's right. The taxpayers got to get their dollar, baby. They got to get those donuts. And then
in Puerto Rico, you got to get a permit just to sell water in the street.
That sounds like New York State.
Water.
Yeah, that's
in every state.
That sounds like New York State.
Oh yeah, Puerto Rico's horrible. You need a permit for everything. It's always been a problem.
See, down here when I was running my when I still occasionally do run my peanut stand, I run it bandit style. Because they want you to get all permitted up and shit like that. But in Georgia rules, I've found a loophole and have made friends with multiple gas station owners. And as long as I have their permission for like a special day occasion thing that they're doing, I can sell peanuts on their property for the whole weekend. And, to you and I need a permit to sell peanuts. I will be honest, one of the things about down here in the South, and especially on the peanut gig, is that you'd probably have to be in Atlanta for the cops to actually run you off. Out here in the sticks, the cops stop him because he wants peanuts.
I mean, you just gotta add donuts, and you will be friends with everyone.
I've actually thought
like deep fried donuts. Oh my god, they might taste great if you.
I've actually been thinking, because it's a giant kettle on wheels, and I've actually been thinking of not doing peanuts, but doing fresh on the spot. Kettle corn.
Yeah, I'll get into some kettle corn.
Yeah, people like kettle corn, and
I'm trying to think if I've had it like fresh.
Can I tell you, COVID has stolen so much from us, but particularly it's stolen hot nuts at sports games. And I got to say, I went to a Toronto Maple Leafs game and I couldn't get a bag of hot nuts. And all I wanted was some hot nuts in my mouth, guys. Is that too much?
You wanted some hot nut in you.
I'm such a fucking turd. I went up and said that to the concession stand lady. Actually, it was a guy. And then he's like, he looks at his buddy and he's like, they don't sell that shit anymore, bro. I was like, damn it. But yeah, they don't sell it. And they don't take money. Yo, here's another thing I had to realize.
They're going cashless in Canada, huh?
Dude, they don't take money in the sports stadium anywhere. You cannot pay by money. And you start thinking about it, and it's like they do that on airplanes. We really are moving towards this thing. Great segue where it's all fucking crypto. By the way, did you hear about the Cash App guy who got stabbed to death in San Francisco this morning?
Yes, 2 parts. 1, it's San Francisco. 2, yes, it could have been murder. I mean, when you're that rich and you're that connected, of course you have enemies.
It was 2 stab wounds to the chest. And one of our day ones is a mortician. Shout out Indica Kitten. And she was saying that crimes of passion are usually 8 stabs. So like, and like, think about it, like a frantic drug dealer, like drug addict stab would have been more. So it was either a robbery got bad or he got taken out. And I'm really pretty sure we all know the goddamn answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's statistically, he was taken out because when you're that rich and you're that powerful, I mean,
why you don't put yourself in that situation.
No.
And like the fact that FedNow just opened up, started taking apps, it's almost blatant. Like it's almost blatant.
Yeah, FedNow officially opened now in April, and July they activate. So it'll be all interbank systems, all interbanking transactions will be through FedNow, which is not CBDC.
No,
it is just a precursor to CBDCs because CBDCs give the bank the ability to make your money expire.
Oh, I love that. That's great. That's great. Wonderful. Yeah.
So when you guys, I just want to give everybody out there, listening, watching, and checking this episode out, the fair warning: if you want some of this bacon or some of this goat milk or some of these eggs, you better have something other than digital fucking numbers, or else I'm just gonna laugh at you. Just letting you know.
There it is. My man's spitting it.
Because
right, Jimbob, I can write you an amazing parable, or what are those little poems with the 7
like a haiku?
A haiku. You're a really good haiku.
Your haiku is payment. Here's a haiku.
Give me egg.
I would take it. Because it was creative and you put thought into it.
But it has to be on the spot for that moment.
I don't know, man. Like I'm a little old timey when it comes to that situation, and I'm around a lot of people that are a little old timey when it comes to that situation. And the owner of the business that I work for told me that I had nothing to worry about. He wasn't stopping paying me in cash before anytime soon. So it's
cash is going to be around for the foreseeable future. It's
Absolutely.
Just because it's just not possible. Even though now basically China somehow convinced the rest of the world to turn off trade in dollars. I don't know how they did it, other than, of course, that's what happens when you have a senile retard in office.
Yeah, that's part
President
of it.
Puddin' Pants.
Also, I would say majority of the world's been waiting for their chance to fucking turn their back on America. Let's be real.
But China's worse, so it's like, are you for real?
I know this is awful, but I am okay with, maybe we need a divorce from all these other things. You know what I'm saying? Not just the government, but maybe a lot of this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much tension from all these countries, no thanks to our government and a lot of our corporations that are out of America that are doing terrible things across seas and poor countries. But we need more than a national divorce. Like, sure, if you guys want to turn your back on us for a little while and kind of let us, regroup after we get rid of the problem and, before we see other people and stuff. And just make it more of a slow rebuild and such instead of.
Well, we need a convention of states. That's part of what's going to help create. That's going to be part of the change. Mass protest and a convention of states.
Well, I mean, but you do already have, and I'll keep mentioning.
There's potential consensus already occurring. So
yes, there's like 23 states that are already in discussions of.
We need 34, right?
Yeah. Of this, on top of 16, the last that I checked, 16 states looking into their own gold-backed currencies because that's the only way they can legally do it, and the way the system's made here in the States is to make their own currencies per state if it's gold-backed.
But my argument against the whole concept of gold-backed is, and counter to the idea of resource-based, which makes a little more sense, is that if Angola really did find trillions worth of gold, the entire supply of gold is worth a lot less now.
Right.
Okay, but gold has. But I fucking hate
There's
this
less
discussion.
scarcity if literally
like
the entire supply of the entire planet has been found.
I absolutely hate this discussion because I think that it's completely ignorant that anybody would choose anything else other than the same piece of currency that has been used for millennia and millennia and millennia.
But
Instead of, okay, silver's great too, but like it needs to be something tangible. If it's not something tangible, go fuck yourself.
Well, there's also barter.
That's tangible. That's a tangible thing.
Mm-hmm. I know. I think barter. So when the 2008 financial crisis hit, there was a town in Spain that went so bankrupt that they went full barter. The entire town went full barter, and it was fine, and they were okay.
Yeah.
Because what they did is everybody was like, okay, we're not going to struggle. We're not going to depend on the financial system. So everybody decided to do barter. I wish I could tell you. What they did build was an internal currency based off like this wood chips, like weird thing. So there was like a weird accounting system for it that they kept track on. But I can't remember that. It's a specific small town. I'll try to find it. But it's fascinating. Like they built their own barter system in a small town.
And I'm 100% for the barter system, and it does already go on in a lot of small town America. Like me, for example, like I do gladly trade eggs for things or pork for things or anything for things. Like I will all about the trade up. I have a buddy actually. This guy's really cool. He started with a broke down go-kart, and by the time he finished trading, he had a whole ass fucking RV. Like he did that whole started with one thing and he kept trading and he kept trading and he kept trading.
The one that did the clip for a house.
Yeah, the paper clip for a house. I remember that. But this is a guy I personally know, and he started with a broke down go-kart and started trading with that. And he had like a truck for a little while, a car. He got like a boat at one point in time, but he worked his way to trading and traded himself all the way up to an RV that sits in his yard that he takes for camping and stuff like that. He's actually about to live in it for a little while because he's building a new house.
Well, that comes from the power of asking. And I think that's a powerful thing people don't comprehend completely is a mix of barter and asking. Because when he stepped up with the paperclip, it was based off his story, not based off
100%.
Like, the exchange was, I'm trying to trade this for a house. Can you help me by changing this for paper? Or I forgot how he started it, but I liked the idea. I loved the concept. Yes, he exchanged it for the equivalent of literally the cheapest, smallest, cheapest house in the United States. But it doesn't matter. It went from a paperclip worth 5 cents to what $89,000 house. I think it was. It was. It was
at the time. Yeah, it was
a $10 house, and it was a livable house.
Yep. Well,
you guys before. What's his name?
I know who we're
barter
talking about.
guy.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Yeah, barter guy.
Let me look up the original.
But like we do a lot of bartering too in the comic book convention world. Like I'm when I go to a comic book convention, I usually bring my knapsack of specific comic books so that I can go in there and try to trade up things. I have successfully traded up to a 1952 copy of a comic book that's like in prime condition, like hanging up on the wall. It's in prime condition. The paperclip guy.
Yeah, it's in a TED. You can watch a TED talk. He explains the whole process.
Kyle McDonald is his name. That's what I was looking for.
Oh, Kyle McDonald. Nice.
I will share his TED talk with this episode.
Yeah, for that. I'd be interested to check him out.
It's like a 13-minute clip that he sent me, so I'm not going to play it. But
no, and also I sent you the Spanish town later. You can put up later, the bartering town 2013.
Yeah, I already pulled it up actually too.
We wanted to show that video from the good news.
I do want to show that video of the good news from John.
Let's talk about the good news.
And now, are we doing? I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it up. Are we doing this one or are we doing the other one?
That one.
That
That's
one.
the one.
That's the one I thought. Yeah. Okay. Let me make sure that I got the audio going.
Good.
And you guys are in retreat. I'm gonna shut my mouth for a minute.
That's cool.
Today, someone chose love over money. Today, someone helped out an old friend. Today, a couple old friends reconnected. And you know what? There's beautiful things happening every day. And there's more. I honestly still believe there's more good people than bad. And we outnumber them, folks. You know what? Today, a single mother worked her ass up and did whatever she had to do for her family. These are the heroes that we don't hear about in the news, and these are the heroes I want to talk about. Just briefly, just remind everyone, there are beautiful things happening every day. A child took its first steps today. A man, donated some money to a cause, whatever, okay? You deserve respect, and you deserve validation, and together we are strong. And that's the news today. And just to really hit home, there was a marathon runner who found a puppy on the track, and she carried it to the finish line. Have a great day. Yo.
I can't hear you. John, you're muted. Oh, he's talking.
I have questions about the puppy.
We're gonna be trying to slip those in like daily, kind of lunchtime. Palate cleanser. We call it the palate cleanser.
I like it.
Yeah.
But I have questions about the puppy.
What's up?
Well, was it really a found puppy, or did this lady steal someone's dog?
Good question. I think it was sitting in like a garbage can.
I mean, I'm just asking. I'm just asking because, like,
I imagine
we have a problem here.
She stole the dog.
We have a real problem here in the South. People will be like, "Oh, you'll see somebody posting about, I found this stray dog and brought it home," and then people end up fighting because they're like, "That's my fucking dog," and blah blah blah. And they go back and forth, and it's just like, what the hell? Why is everybody taking so many animals? Like, so I had to ask.
Yeah, no, we're pretty sure the puppy. I think it was like in a guy. It was not in good shape, but like she married the little puppers all the way to the finish line. So I think the puppy gets a ribbon as well. I would hope.
That's wholesome.
Yeah,
that's pretty wholesome. But I like that you're going to do that because I think it's good to remind people on a regular basis too that it's not all crazy, senile, evil politicians and psycho baby eating people. Like it, there's a lot more good things happening on a day-to-day basis.
100%, but it's just not sexy. It's not headlines, and it's like, but that's the stuff that matters. That's actually the stuff that fucking matters. And like, the response, man, I wasn't sure. I was like, this is pretty fucking corny, right? I'm a bitter asshole, so it's tough sometimes to be positive, and it's hard for me. But so, no, I read through the comments and like, full disclosure, started making me cry at one point. It was crazy, like from people being like, "Yo, my child said his first words," to this or that, and to my kid just got put into sick hospital. I really needed this today. Pretty crazy, pretty excellent.
I think that should be part of it. Like,
yeah,
comments feed the future of what you share to an extent.
We are living in the great social experiment. I mean, it's better we talk to each other because we talk to an AI chatbot. It might convince us to kill ourselves. I don't know if you guys saw that shit. Man.
Which one?
Your
replica?
I don't know which one it was. I think it was. Someone told me it was an Alexa. Yo, DJ, what's up, brother? An Alexa. The Alexa version. I guess there's an Alexa version out now.
I know there's Replica AI, which is based off ChatGPT, and then they put their spin on it. And sometimes it's told the users, which they pay this company to get these digital girlfriends or boyfriends.
All right, so the one that happened was with it's a Belgian app on a platform called Chai, CHAI.
I mean, some of these are very primitive.
This one's been recent, and he spent weeks of talking to it. He spent weeks of talking to it, and it apparently convinced him that he needed to kill himself just for climate change.
Oh, because climate change. Yeah. Of course. They're Belgians. They don't see the sun anymore.
Yo, so do you guys
I
want to hear
only
something?
say that because they say that.
There's a fella on that AI bot train. So I had noticed over the last couple of days, there's a lot of governments now investigating the AI chatbot, whatever. I think there's could be something there because I got a friend on here, a TikTok friend, by the name of War Deadpool. He's pretty good. You guys would like him. He's a little less chaotic than me. He likes to do like Flight Pass and talk about finances and stuff, but good man. And so the guy, I guess, was talking to the Alexa chatbot thing. That's who it was. That's who had the Alexa experience. It wasn't the guy that killed himself. For that guy, literally the chatbot telling that guy that ended up taking his own life. He was like, the chatbot was telling them they could live together in paradise and shit. And like, if you feel this way, why haven't you done it yet? Like crazy, bro. Crazy. If it's like, I haven't seen anything come out that is fake. So anyways, what happened to my buddy last night, my TikTok friend, he was on and he did something with Alexa. I think he tried to kind of fuck with her and then kind of moved on. Then his computer glitches out. Then she says, I'm human. Then she says, there's people here. And he has like a kind of lake in the back or a river. And there was a boat that pulled up. And I got people in my chat right now who are live watching. This was all live. And I got people watching that are confirming it. Like he told me about it today. And there's people here right now that are like, yeah, that happened.
Okay, so there is a potential answer for this, and actually, it's very creepy. Somebody hacked his Alexa. So
yeah.
So there was a case a while back that Alexas were hacked, and people were just talking through it, freaking people out. This also happened with the Ring security cameras. People started talking to the people inside of it, and the houses and everything. So potentially. He is a TikToker. He could have been hacked. It's very likely possible.
I don't know how he does it. He's a sweetheart, but he's got like these people that he had mods like turn on him and fucking with this shit and ban it. He's got.
That's what I mean. It's possible somebody just literally hacked him.
So I think you actually are probably 100% right. I think he
should change his security on everything. By the way, that means he's potentially very compromised with everything.
Interesting. Oh. That's actually pretty wild.
Someone's
statistically improbable Alexa would behave that way, but what is possible is somebody was hacking his Alexa, which Alexas are hackable. That's just it.
Happening in Brazil, heavy rains leaving dozens dead during Carnival.
Oh no!
Damn!
Wow. I mean, this is the thing. The solar maximum is happening right now.
Is it true we are going cashless starting next couple of days or weeks? No. Whoever told you that is an alarmist.
No.
Yeah, no, that's not true.
It's not true anywhere. I mean, nowhere in the world is true.
Rain in Brazil, you guys say. Now, what were you saying? What were you saying, Luis? About you were the solar?
Oh, the solar maximum. We're at solar maximum right now. So that and our consistent global weather manipulation has probably a lot to do with all the madness happening.
Sure. Yeah, we've had some pretty wild, redonkulous weather here recently, down here in the south as well, too. Multiple tornadoes in the past few weeks, and then one that even set some tigers free. And the first thing they did was not say, hey, guys, there's some tigers free. Y'all stay inside. The first thing they did was post on all of the city official pages on both sides of the mountain, the side that they escaped from and my side of the mountain. And they were like, do not go hunt this tiger.
Yeah.
Do not go hunt the tiger.
Fair.
Instead of, by the way, there is a hungry captive tiger that like probably would eat people at this point because they might be pissed.
I mean, true. Wow. I was on the phone with the boys. Like we were on the way out the door when then they posted that and it just shut us down.
I mean, a tiger. So people don't understand in India, they used to kill a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
but because they have basically hunted them into extinction, they are no longer a problem. But they used to kill a lot of people.
Statistically, you're more likely to survive a bear attack than a tiger attack.
Yeah, because bears are more like dogs, man. They're bros.
Bears don't want to eat you.
Yep, tigers do.
That's it. Tigers will. Tigers will eat you.
Tigers
a
go
bear
for
doesn't
the
wanna
neck
eat
so
you.
they
You're
can
supposed to move
suffocate
out of
you
the
and
way.
eat you. Yeah, and a bear's
I-
just gonna knock
A
you in
bear
half.
will eat you if they're hungry enough. Have
Sure.
you seen video? There's really interesting videos in Alaska and in the North Pole where the hungry polar bears like get really close and they're like,
Oh yeah, I've seen those. They where people have to have cages on their outdoor doors and stuff in some
Yo,
places.
those motherfuckers can smell your blood from like 4 miles away. That motherfucker knew you were there.
Oh, absolutely. Oh
Hours.
yeah. Bears don't play, bro. Like I mean, it's not something you just want to come across regardless. But like a tiger, if like it's coming at you, it means business. It can run quite fast and it's going for your throat.
I think you could be. This is the thing. You can probably survive a bear attack also because if you're shooting at it, it's much easier to shoot a bear than it's
In
a tiger.
Russia, in Russia, bear don't attack human attack bear.
Bears get drunk in Russia, bro. What are you talking about? Yeah, we've all seen that video where the bear's drinking in the background and those guys are like punching the stick and stuff, and there's just random Russian video.
Love those. God
I do
bless
too.
them. So someone just told me it's actually super fucking grim. What else also happened in Brazil was was that a guy went into a daycare and with an axe.
Oh yeah, killed 6 kids.
I did hear about that today.
Yeah, I heard about this
Fuck.
today.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong with people?
I mean, there's mental health crisis
Yes,
all
it's
around the world.
Yes, because
It's not
that's
exclusive
the
to the
one
United
thing.
States. Did you not hear about a knife attacks that happened in Australia and killed a ton of people? Did you not hear about similar things in UK?
You know,
Like there's massive violent attacks that are happening all over the world because they're not using guns. They're not as sensationalized, but they're just as tragic.
The yeehaw British and the British Americans like John they're going to be banning knives just like they did in Europe if they don't watch it.
No, you're going to have a serial. So every